Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well because today we're talking about music and we are continuing the journey to jazz fusion. This is related totally to a massive haul video I did a few months ago, and then I decided in 2024 jazz fusion is going to be kind of one of the genres I check out after, dabbling here and there, knowing a little bit. I decided to really go for it. So in my first episode, I looked at some of the foundational kind of releases or artists in that genre. I'll have that linked below. But this time I'm going to look at a very specific band. This band is Spyro Gyra, formed in the late 70s out of Buffalo, New York. I'm going to get into the exact type of fusion they play because it's so specifically unique, and you will know exactly what I mean when I describe that. But really, part of that video, I got two of the records in that haul, and I just really liked the artwork, and I'm just drawn to them. I liked the name sounded cool. It was jazz fusion because all I did was just quickly look it up, so that's what I knew. But what is this? Spyro Gyra, we're going to look at three of their earlier albums. When you have a trip and you're leaving for Toronto, so you got to get to the airport for 5, so you're going to leave at 4, but you want to know what the weather is like at your destination, you turn on the weather network to check your the seven on the sevens. The music that is playing is Spyro Gyra. It is that very nondescript, inoffensive, vaguely upbeat saxophone music. And that is what you get here, and it is great. Like I put on the first. I'm going to talk about the first album I heard of theirs second because we're going to go in chronological order. But it is so cool, Weather Network core. Can we call that the genre? It's just great that it's like there's the actual band that plays this type of music. It came from somewhere, obviously, and this is it. I was really happy to find that out. So much so that I found another one of their albums in the wild and picked it up. So that's why we got the three here. So the first one we're going to look at is actually the one that had their first big hit on it, called Morning Dance. And this is their second album, Morning Dance. Some really cool artwork on there. Got a cool butterfly on the back as well. So that was one of their big first breakout hits. This came out in 1979, I believe. So you've got Morning Dance, Jubilee, Rasoul, Song for Lorraine, Starburst, Heliopolis, It Doesn't Matter, Little Linda, and End of Romanticism. This is a really great album, actually. All of them are. You can just put them on, listen away. It just makes you feel good. And it's not all super generic. Some of the songs are a bit lighter, some are a little more playful, some are even darker. Little Linda, actually, on this album is a bit I'm not going to say this band ever goes hard based on these three albums, but sometimes it's a bit harder, I guess. And Little Linda is definitely one of those tracks on here, but just such a cool band. Like any of these albums I listen to, they're not all the same, but it's all that same style. So you could pick up any of these and be really happy. But the track Morning Dance on here is really, really good. So check out the track Morning Dance if you're not really sure what I'm talking about. Or if for you, I know sometimes Weather Network music was like not that type of jazz fusion, but like really generic, like soft rock kind of. So if that was more your style, you can check out the track Morning Song. Next up was the first album that really drew my eye, was part of that vinyl haul. This one is Catching the Sun. Again, really cool artwork on these. That's one of the things there. It's kind of this like, it's a saxophone bell on the cover, and then you've got this fairy sitting on the top of the saxophone there. So side one, you have Catching the Sun and Cockatoo. Cockatoo is a really cool song. I like that one a lot. Autumn of Our Love and Laser Material. Side two, you've got Percolator, Philly, Loving You with an interlude into the track. Here Again and Safari. I really like those two closing tracks as well. Here Again and Safari are really, really good. This is not that I think. This is a gatefold that you get actually all the different musicians on here, who's doing what. Pretty cool stuff. This is on MCA Records. Again, really cool album. I think of the three, for me, I put Catching the Sun and Morning Sun kind of on the same level. They feel like, I mean, the names kind of fit together, right? They feel like one and the same, that they go together really well. I think maybe Morning Sun has a bit more of the high highs, This one feels a little more consistent. And then the third album I'm going to talk about is my favorite. I didn't think it would be based on the artwork. I thought, oh, maybe is it going to be a little electronic? Are we going to kind of move away and we're going to lose something? But this is Free Time by Spyro Gyra. So you see, we're not getting that cool sort of hand-drawn artwork. We just have something that feels very 80s, right? With the headphones there and the kind of the flourishing artwork. And then that's just water, seafoam. Free Time. You've got the track Free Time, Telluride. This is all instrumental. Summer Strut, Elegy for Train, Summer Strut, and then opening on the other one, Pacific Sunrise. I like that one a lot. Sunrise, Amber Dream, and String Soup. Yeah, this was the album I thought this came out in 1980. I thought I would like the least, or 81, 81. I liked it the most. I thought it was probably the most consistent out of all of them. And production wise, too, the production isn't bad on any of these albums. They all sound great, but I do think they didn't lose that soul feeling. And that's these are the only three albums by Spyro Gyra I've given a listen to. Is it a band I'm going to seek out more? Probably not at a high price. I feel like these are the three albums I'm happy to have by the band. But one, that gave me the gift of knowing who does that Weather Network music. And that is a gift I will treasure for the rest of my life. That's the gift of beautiful music there. But I do think, yeah, if I'm, thrifting, Valley Village or whatever that, Salvation Army, and I do come across another album, I am 100% picking it up. It's great. I love it. Like I described it to people and they roll their eyes and like, why would you want that? But like, if you're like me and you can associate, specific kinds of music to specific activities in your life or moments. For me, it is that waking up super early, turning on the weather channel to like check out, the weather at your destination and all that, or whatever. It's that music. And so I think like that's something I still do as an adult, even though now I'm an adult, like I'm packing my own bag. I can just bring a raincoat or whatever, get rid of my winter coat. But I still do. It's like I'm an adult. I still wake up at like 5 o'clock on Christmas morning just because I love it. Um, so that's my journey to Jazz Fusion episode 2, Spyro Gyra. If you've heard of this band or if you have some of their albums, I want to know more about it. Am I like just late to the game, but everyone who's into the genre knows about this artist? Or is this just something that I've kind of opened up the proverbial overcast Pandora's box on about who does this kind of music? And either way, I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me on the journey to Jazz Fusion, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.